Most men think erectile dysfunction shows up overnight, that it starts at a certain age, and when it does, it's just part of getting older. But here's what the science now tells us. Erectile dysfunction doesn't start when you notice it. It starts years before, quietly, slowly, and almost always with warning signs. By the time most men feel a real decline in performance, their body has already been trying to say something. In this video, we'll break down the real reasons erectile dysfunction happens, why it often begins long before age 60, and what it might be telling you about your heart, hormones, and overall health. Because ED isn't just about performance, it's often the first warning sign of something deeper. Erectile dysfunction doesn't begin in the bedroom. It begins in the bloodstream, in the brain, and in your daily habits. Here's what's really going on under the surface. First, poor blood flow. The penis is a vascular organ. If blood isn't flowing well, you won't get or keep an erection. That means clogged arteries, high blood pressure, and a sedentary lifestyle, all common after 50. In fact, ED can be one of the first signs of early-stage cardiovascular disease. Second, low testosterone. After 40, testosterone naturally drops. But when it falls too fast or too low, it directly affects desire, stamina, and performance. Stress, lack of sleep, and abdominal fat can all accelerate that decline. Third, dopamine depletion. Dopamine is the neurotransmitter that drives motivation and arousal. When your brain is overstimulated by screens, social media, and constant distraction, your reward system dulls, and what used to excite you no longer does. Fourth, nerve function. Erections depend on precise nerve signals. Chronic inflammation, diabetes, and even lower back issues can disrupt those signals. If the message doesn't reach its destination, the response never happens. By the time you notice a problem, these systems have likely been under strain for years. And what feels like sudden ED is usually just the final symptom of something that's been building quietly. So how do you know if erectile dysfunction is starting? It's not always obvious. It doesn't begin with a total loss of performance. It often starts with subtle, easy-to-ignore changes like these. Less frequent morning erections. Morning erections are a sign of healthy blood flow and hormonal balance. If they become rare, weak, or gone altogether, that's a red flag. Longer arousal time. If it takes more time, more stimulation, or more fantasy to get going, that's your nervous system and blood flow working harder than they used to. Softer or inconsistent erections. They happen, but they don't last, or they're just not as strong. This often means your vascular system isn't maintaining pressure, a sign of declining function. Drop in desire. Low libido doesn't always start in the mind. It often starts in the hormones, particularly low testosterone or dopamine fatigue. And finally, increased belly fat, low energy, and poor sleep. They're not just symptoms of aging. They're part of a hormonal environment that kills performance silently. Most men dismiss these as normal, until one day, they're not occasional. They're permanent. The earlier you catch these signs, the easier it is to reverse the cause before the symptoms take over. Here's the good news. Erectile dysfunction doesn't have to be permanent. If you catch it early and act with purpose, you can often slow it down or even reverse it. Here's how. Move your body daily. Exercise improves blood flow and naturally boosts testosterone. Even just 20 minutes of walking or strength training at home makes a real difference. Fix your sleep. Most testosterone is made at night. If you're sleeping poorly, your hormones and your energy will crash. Stick to regular sleep hours, avoid screens before bed, and give your brain time to reset. Eat for blood flow. Focus on nitric oxide-rich foods like leafy greens, beets, and garlic. They support vascular health, the foundation of performance. And if your diet is inconsistent, check the description for a few vetted supplements that help support healthy blood flow in men over 50. Lower stress. Chronic stress raises cortisol and crushes testosterone. Even 10 minutes of breathing, silence, or walking outdoors can rebalance your nervous system. Train your brain. Cut overstimulation. Limit dopamine hijacks from screens, scrolling, and multitasking. Desire is as much mental as it is physical, and your brain needs space to reset. This isn't about chasing youth. It's about protecting your strength, your clarity, and your confidence before it slips away. Most men don't talk about it. They wait. They hope it goes away. They blame stress, age, work, anything but the real issue. But the truth is this: erectile dysfunction isn't a switch that flips. It's a system that fails. And if you catch the signs early, you can take back control before it becomes permanent. Your erection is more than performance. It's a signal, a message from your body saying, something's off, fix it now. If this video helped connect some dots, share it with someone who might need to hear this, even if they'd never admit it. And type the word "ready" in the comments if you're done ignoring the signals and ready to act.